Hey, we have a new hidden potential system in-depth analysis for physical LR Majin Vegeta, reversible exchange to Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel. Thank y'all for checking this video out. They are in contention for probably the best character or probably the second best character in the game. But in this hidden potential system video, we're going to talk about the character's kit, how they work, their best linking partners, different teams that they work well on, and then we'll go into the hidden potential system and we'll look at how many stats, additional attack, evasion, or crit should we invest in this character for them to look their best. Let's just get right into it. Now, I know they say Dragon Ball fans can't read, but I'm gonna assume y'all can read. I'm gonna put the details of the passive up on the screen. I'm gonna hope y'all can read, but I'm gonna just talk about them. So first and foremost, they're gonna lead Pure Saiyans, Gifted Warriors, and Corroded Mind and Body 200% to HP, 170% to attack and defense. The additional 50% stats goes to Uncontrollable Power and Majin Buu Saga. So just looking at Pure Saiyan characters, right? 170% all the Pure Saiyans in the game. That's the new LRs that came out during the 11th anniversary. I think all of the 10th anniversary characters, like the majority of the good characters, are going to be in Pure Saiyans. So he does lead them 170%, but he only gives the additional 50% to Majin Buu Saga or Uncontrollable Power Pure Saiyans. So Majin Buu Saga Pure Saiyans, that's obvious. Characters like 10th anniversary Vegeta, characters like this AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who's actually a lot better on this team. Characters like the EZA for the 8th anniversary characters. Characters like the INT EZA Majin Vegeta, characters like the transforming Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Those characters are going to be the full 220. And then Uncontrollable Power, that's characters like, just an oddball here, they do have this character on Uncontrollable Power because a giant ape is included. So you can run this character at 220% on here. And then mostly the other Uncontrollable Power characters are going to be Broly that are Pure Saiyan. So the awesome thing is this Broly's on there, one of my favorite characters in the game. And this year, or next year, 2027, the next anniversary, this character will EZA. He'll probably become a staple on this team. So this team can be pretty good for the Majin Buu Saga and Uncontrollable Power and Pure Saiyans. When it comes to Corroded Mind and Body, what they want you to do here when it comes to their teams for this kind of category is run these new Majin Buu Saga characters. I know not everyone is going to have them. So as a backup, you do have the free-to-play Babidi, who just super EZA'd. They are good. You have baby characters. You have all the free-to-play Goku Black, all the Goku Black characters, Corroded Mind and Body. Remember, these characters are not Uncontrollable Power or Majin Buu Saga like the babies and the blacks. So they won't get 220, but just like you can run the super class characters at 170, you can run some extreme class characters at 170 to attack and defense. They'll still get the 200% to stats, if nothing else. And then Gifted Warriors, really important. That's going to include Gotens and Trunkses, Piccolos, Freezes. So that's really good, right? And Broly. So Broly just kind of gets a double on that. But any Piccolos from Majin Buu Saga that we ever get in the future would be 220 on this category. The Goten and Trunkses, Gotankses, really important. This character right here, the most important character for this team. If you're also going to be running the EZA Majin Vegeta, you have to have that INT Gohan, Trunks, and Goten. It just makes so much sense. Both these characters are very supportive for the team, so I would really suggest if you have this character that they are a staple on this character's team as well. So those are their categories, pretty good. When it comes to their super attack, so on their 12 key super, Vegeta's Big Bang attack, he'll stack attack and defense for a turn and then do colossal damage to the enemy. On the 18 key super Final Flash, he stacks attack and defense by 30% permanently, and then he also does mega colossal damage to the enemy. Now on the EX super, Vegeta has the ability to do the EX super. Vegeta will do the final burst cannon once again, and he'll stack attack and defense permanently by 50%. He does an AoE, so the attack attacks all enemies, and he'll disable the enemy actions that are hit by the attack. So that's the EX super. In order for him to perform the EX super, he has to have 24 key, and then he gets a 60% chance to perform it. So at least he doesn't like have to crit or anything, and he's doing ultimate damage in the final burst cannon as well. Super effective against all types, so just like a really, really good character here with these super attacks, the way that they're built in. So that EX super, even though it's only 60%, still like I mean, you can't really complain. The animations are good too. I mean, just, woo, what a good character. All right, now let's look into their passive skill, right? Now for their passive skill, Goku and Vegeta are very interesting the way that they built these characters. So Depending on what kind of team they're on, if they're on mostly a super class team, then Goku gets his full passive immediately activated. If you're on a mostly extreme class team, then Vegeta gets his full passive immediately activated. So how it works is, when you come in with this Vegeta, first and foremost, if you want to be able to change to Goku immediately, this character has to be on rotation with another Majin Buu Saga character, right? So that's what I'm saying. They're kind of setting you up to run this team a certain way. So in order to do that, you would run like in mostly extreme class Majin Buu Saga team. So you could run this Vegeta, the Dabura, the Yakon, the PHY, the other Majin Vegetas, the free-to-play Babidi. If you do that, how that'll work is you'll get the full passive, which is a total of 73% damage reduction and a lot of extra defense, a lot of extra attack. You get an additional super attack. So if Vegeta is on an extreme class team, where here it says 7 or more key spheres, this is the last part of his passive, he gets all of this. If he's on a mostly extreme class team, to be exact, 5 or more extreme class allies. So Vegeta is the leader. You can run another Vegeta as the other leader, that's 2. Then you just have to have 3 more extreme class characters. You can do the Majin Vegeta, Dabura, Yakon if you want. And then you still have 2 slots open to run super class characters if you want to. That is going to come in clutch for later whenever we're talking about Goku. So you can split the team. As long as there's 5 extreme class characters, then Vegeta will get the full passive, which once again, 73% damage reduction. He's got guard, a bunch of attack, bunch of defense, additional attack built in there. Really good. Vegeta also has an automatic 30% chance to crit. And like I said right there, he has to be on rotation with another Majin Buu Saga category ally for him to get the immediate switch. Vegeta also gets a cool little 200% defense if he receives an attack from a character that he already attacked. So that works out as well, especially with that AoE that he has. So it just kind of helps out there. Okay, so that's how Vegeta works. Now, if you run Vegeta on a mostly super class team, so if you plan to mostly use Goku and not Vegeta so much in your run, and you want to run Goku, the 8th anniversary EZA, the Gohan, Trunks, and Goten, you want to run, you know, the 10th anniversary Goku, you want to run those characters, then Vegeta now has to get key spheres. Now, if Vegeta gets 3 key spheres, he gets a bit of part of his passive here. If he gets 5 key spheres, he gets another part of the passive, and he needs 7 full key spheres to get the full 73% damage reduction and everything else. Now, even if you can't get the 7 spheres and you want to use Vegeta just for some reason, or maybe you have like 5 physical spheres, you can get the 24 key super. So maybe you can get the EX super to get a great stack, which will carry over to Goku, but you don't have the full 7. Well, as long as you get 5, he'll have at least 54% damage reduction, and he's guarding all attacks anyway, right? So that works out really well for him. So guard and over 50% damage reduction is good, plus all the extra defense that he's getting within the passive. So just make sure you get at least 5 key spheres with this Vegeta if he's on mostly a super class team, okay? No active skill for this Vegeta. When we switch over to Kakarot, okay, now Kakarot get a little freaky on him, okay? First thing, Kakarot super attack, no EX super, Kakarot has the active skill. But on Goku's 18 key super, he continues to stack 30% every turn, but he also raises allies defense by 18% for 3 turns, all allies. Doesn't make a difference if they're super or extreme class, what category, he just gives everyone 18% defense for 3 turns, which means that his own defensive stack would carry over to him in the following rotation, which would also carry over to Vegeta in the following rotation. So keep that in mind as well. This Goku is more supportive utility character. So that's the first thing. When we get to Goku's passive here, same thing as Vegeta, but Goku needs more key spheres, but he can have less super class characters on the team. So to get Goku's full passive, you only have to have 4 super class characters. They're showing you here what they want you to do is to run both of these characters as the leader. They want you to run 10th anniversary Goku. They want you to run 8th anniversary Goku and Vegeta. They want you to run Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. And then they want you to run this Majin Vegeta, right? So that way you get only 4 super class characters. You can still run 3 extreme class characters. That way, even if Vegeta is on the superclass team mostly, he can be next to Int Majin Vegeta, who changes key spheres, and he can still get his EX Super, his full passive off, even on a superclass team. So they're setting us up to run the team like that, and we can kind of see that in the passive because they allow us to have less superclass enemies for Goku to get, less superclass allies for Goku to get his full passive. Now, with Goku, if you're not able to get 3 or more superclass allies, you want to get the 6 key spheres if you're running on an all-extreme team. In Goku's active skill, he will change key spheres, so it's not impossible, but keep that in mind. Now, Goku, he's support, utility, still does a ton of attack, but he's an evasion character. If Goku's full passive is active, before he attacks, he has 85% chance to evade. Then after he attacks, it just goes down to 75%. So he has a crazy dodge chance, better than great chance to evade. Doesn't mean he always will, but it's pretty much often he does, right? Now, the chances that he doesn't, that's why you want to use that hidden potential, which we'll get into a little bit later. You don't have to worry about key with these characters when their full passive is active. So you can even get them 2 key spheres of any kind with their full passive on their team. As long as they have a few key links active, they'll get 24 key really easily just with 1 or 2 key spheres. So that's really good. Now, how Goku works, he has a 75% chance to evade, 53% damage reduction, and guard with his full stats active. So still really good defensively, but Vegeta's damage reduction and defense is so powerful that he can even tank, some Bio Broly attacks if he's built the right way. Okay, so this character is still really good. And then once you get into this Goku, you can rotate off the Majin Buu Saga character and you'll be good. You can stay as Goku, if it behooves you. Goku does have a higher crit chance than Vegeta. So instead of 30% chance, he has a 60% chance built in. Now, when it comes to their actual teams, in my experience so far, they work really well on their own team. If you plug them into another team, I would say the Daima Goku's team, like Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, or the Tech Mini Daima Goku. You can run them on Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta's team. You can run them on the Super Saiyan 4's team. I believe, yep, he's also 220 on that. This character is 220 on a ton of teams, but they don't have a ton of 220 characters on their team, which I think maybe they're trying to balance it out since they're so crazy powerful. They're popping out 100, 140, 150 million attack stats. They pop out like that. So, they're just really good. Very little restrictions. My favorite way to run this team is the Majin Buu Saga team. But just to have fun, you can also just do them as the leader. Throw in all the 11th anniversary characters, whichever ones you want. They'll get 170. Goku is here supporting the team in his super attack and in his passive. So even those 170% characters, like, for example, Ultra Instinct, Goku Reversible Exchange, the Super Saiyan 4s, the Daima characters, they'll still be fine. For their active skill, you can pop this immediately if you want. The way you can pop it immediately, there has to be 3 extreme class allies and 3 super class allies on the team, and you can pop it immediately. When you pop it, they do ultimate damage, and they change the whole field to half physical, half int key spheres. If you have 12 int key spheres over there, Gohan can be on the rotation and get his full passive up as well with this character. So once again, they expect us to run all these kind of characters together. And then if you want, you can swap to the other character that might not normally get their full passive on that team and use all the physical key spheres to guarantee them, their full passive will be active on that turn with this active skill. If you don't have it built like this and you don't have a 3 and 3 split or like a 3 and 4 split, then starting from the 4th turn, you can pop it, which is really easy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at their hidden potential now. Okay, so based on what we talked about here, really defensive character, strong character, offensively, defensively, dodge, everything built in, everything. This character does everything, right? So there's a couple different kinds of builds that you can go with. Let's first talk about 55%. When you first get the character at 55%, if you're a more seasoned player, you've been able to grind the Beerus and Whis event over time, and you've been able to get one of these doubles. This double is a staple. 8 is the highest one. I've done 2,000 more runs in the event, and this is the only one I was able to get so far. When I get an 8, it's just 100 more. I'll give them the 8. But that's a staple on any premium celebration character like this, a double. If you can't get a double, then the great thing is from the Beerus and Whis event, which let me just show you that for y'all that might be new or don't know what that is. The Beerus and Whis event here is a bonus event. It takes 40 stamina, but with this event, you're able to get some skill orbs. And with these skill orbs, you can get very powerful ones. So if you're lucky enough to get the ones that can give you the double here, use it at 55%. If not, from that event, they also give you tickets, which you can exchange for treasures for also really good equips here. So you can give him an 8 attack, an 8 defense. Those come from, that's for uncontrollable power. This here's for Majin Buu Saga. I got that out of the free treasures. So you can use those. I would just suggest that 55%, the smart and responsible thing to do is to go for the defensive build. So to give him an 8 or a double 8 in attack into the bronze slot, into the silver slot from seriously serious all-out battles. You can get this one for free. It's dodge and 1200 defense. That's really good. And if you're unable to get that, they also have good ones out of the treasure that are the same thing, but just a little bit lower stats. Okay, so that's at 55%. If you want to be a gooner and just go crazy on attack stats at 55%, you just need to give them the highest attack you can in both of these, the highest attack equip that you can in both of them. You know, that's what you'd have to do. Wouldn't suggest that at 55%. They do enough damage. I'm saying that they do enough damage. Okay, they really do, and they stack at 69%, which means that you got this down here. You have some choices. I'm choosing to go all evasion because even though Goku has 75% chance, he's not going to evade all the time. And there still are crazy enough super attacks that even could get over Vegeta's defense wall. So I want them to have the option to evade. It just makes them better overall, in my opinion. But if you get them 69%, make sure that you do the bottom right. You get them to level 10 at least and do the bottom right first. And then this one you can do attack or crit. I chose additional attack. This you can do evasion or crit. If you want to be a gooner, go crit and additional. I would suggest just putting all evasion here or maybe a little bit more additional attack. If you're going to go to 69% and stop summoning, maybe one of these dodges you do another additional attack or something like that, because you can get some good dodge equips for free here. So you may want to pump up his additional attack a little bit. So like just right here, instead of doing evasion, just do additional if you're going to stop at 69%. If you're lucky enough to get them to 79%, then you have this here. Once again, I followed my same uniformity build, and you can follow the same build. If you want to goon, you can do crit and additional. If you want to be balanced, you can do it like this, or do 1 crit, 1 dodge, 1 additional. If you want to just, I think the smartest way is to just max out his evasion here, but that's going to be up to you. Once you get him to 79%, you have access to the gold slot. That's when things change. Now there's a couple different builds, okay? I'll say 4 different builds. The first build would be the actual balanced build. Now this character I noticed can survive Bio Broly at about 14,500, 15,000 defense. He can generally survive Bio Broly on the right rotation with a little bit of support. He can survive it, not with a lot of HP, but he can survive it, right? So the most balanced thing to do is to give this character more defense and then crit and then this right here. So how it would look to be the actual balanced build, because his attack is already high, it would be to put a bronze slot double or defense. This right here, even though I'm saying this would be the most balanced, this one right here, actually the dodge and defense would be more balanced than dodge and attack. I'm a little bit of a gooner. And then we have the gold slot here. Now with the gold slot, to truly balance him, you would do something like this: 8 crit and defense. You'd give him more defense and critical hit. So now he would actually have 8 crit automatically. You would also, for balance, just change his hidden potential system a little differently, where it would basically end up, you would have, for the balanced build, you would have 15 additional attack, 10 to 15 crit, and 15 evasion. That's actually the most balanced build for this character, with defensive stats in the gold, silver, and bronze slot. To really bolster the defense, the attack is already going to be over 20,000 or just about 20,000 at 79%. And then you can bolster the defense, so he's much more balanced, okay? Now, do want to just quickly say, if you get him at 90% up here, you use this blast that gives him more attack power when he attacks. This down here, I chose this instead of this other one because this allows him to take less damage against an STR character when an STR character attacks him. Okay, so that's why I did that. As their defense increases to its max level, once again, that was the first build, the balance build. The next build, I'm gonna call this the Shinjitsu build. Right, this is my build, the Shin build. I'm doing a double in the bronze. I'm a little bit of a gooner, right? So this is close to balanced, but it's technically not balanced because I'm giving this character 1400 attack in the silver, and I'm giving 700 attack in bronze. He has 2100 extra attack when his attack stat is already high. I'm giving him 1200 defense here and 700 defense in bronze. He's getting 1900 defense here. So I'm actually giving less defense than offense, but I'm balancing him as much as I can. Okay, that's the Shinjitsu build. Full offense and evasion. I want you to evade attacks and get additional attacks. If they can pop out at 150 million, that means that the 12 key is going to be 100. He does another 12 key, he's going to do 100. Bro's hitting out 350 million casually. That's what we want to see. So that's what I'm doing with my build. Okay, now you have the complete defensive build. The complete defense build, which honestly is probably the smartest build, would be 11 defense here or an 8 double is fine. It would be defense and dodge here and defense and dodge here as well. That is actually probably the smartest build. The Shinjitsu build might not be the smartest build. I actually think the defensive build, max evasion and additional attack, no crit, max defense through equip orbs, skill orbs, I think is actually the smartest way to go. Last build is the goon build. You know, if you want to be a super attack stat slut and you want to get the slutty build going on, you would not give him, you would give him a double, or you'd give him 11 attack there. Then in the middle slot, you would give him probably additional attack and attack. This one, except where I have evasion, additional attack. And then this last one, you either do crit and attack or additional attack and attack to just goon. You could get his attack stat over 23,000 that way, and you could just goon on attack if you want, bro. Like, if you want to be a slut, it's up to you. But that's what I think is the best way to use this character to get out their best value, their highest potential. Let me know the build that you choose. We had the balance build, we had the defensive build, we had the shin build, we had the gooner build. Okay, tell me which one you know, speaks to you the most at which level, and do you have them at 55, 69, 79? Let me know where y'all got them at. Now we're gonna do things a little bit different. We're not actually going to do a battle, we're just going to do a super attack showcase. So you're going to be able to see the 18 key super from Vegeta, the EX super, the 12 key super. I'll dub them in English, and then we'll do Goku's 18 and 12 key super, and we'll end the video, post them as shorts later. That's going to be the new format for Hidden Potential System videos going forward. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me.
Hang on, Vegeta! We don't have time for this right now!
Fine, you win. Our battle is postponed.
Screw this planet! Final flash!
The only thing I care about is taking down Kakarot.
Stay out of my way! You're dead! Die! Do not interfere! Get in here! I'll stop you right here! Over here! I don't think so! It ends here! You're finished! I will defeat you!